Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 5, Episode 6 of War of the Ring. We have just wrapped up an epic first round of the battle between Orthanc and the Rohirrim. We're going to continue that battle into the round. We'll do a quick recap of Round 5 and then jump into Round 6. Thanks for watching. Okay, let's do a quick recap of Episode number 5, and then we can jump into Episode number 6. We had our first battle between the forces of Orthanc and the forces of the Rohirrim out of Helm's Deep here. There's Edoras is also here. We had some interaction between Witch King, Ringwraiths, Ents, and the Eagles, as well as the Rohirrim under the leadership of Gandalf. You got Saruman back in Orthanc, but here we have Gandalf versus the Witch King. We also had the Fellowship. The Fellowship also was revealed, and we have the Fellowship is inside of Lorien. Okay, so we're going to jump into round number 6. But before we do, quick word from this channel's sponsor. Pontos Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore down in the description. You check the link out and you can find books like The Genealogy of Cthulhu, Hermeticism of Hastur, The Alchemy of Azathoth, and The Necromancy of Nyarlathotep. Those and others collected together in the 6-volume omnibus Catu Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence. We've also got Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machines, Alchemy and Anthroposophy, and the Dune Saga, where we deep dive into what makes Frank Herbert's Dune original saga amazing. And there's also Esoteric Saturn Mysteries and our Dragon Mysteries from our podcast series on the sister channel, Pontos Fathom Press. And in Esoteric Anthroposophy and Occulted History, we talk about Tolkien as well. Finally, we've got our new saga out based on Lovecraft's Dreamlands. It's the Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands Volume 1, Aim Aimless, Aim Vicious, featuring the Dreamland city of Celiface. The next volume coming out will be Hope's Home, Hysteria's Heart, which focuses on Daleth Leen. And then we've got coming later in the year, Stubborn Devotions, Inventing and Forgiving, and Beloved, Believed, Bedaled, which feature the Temple of Hypnos and Lost Carcosa. Now back into the gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. Check out our Patreon, like and subscribe, and let's get into the next turn. Okay, let's collect our cards. I'm going to return the die from the hunt to the die pool and pick up 3 cards. For the Fellowship, Free Folk, 3 cards for the Shadow. We've got Wild Hillman, the Return of the Witch King, play on the table if the Witch King is play and Gollum is not the guide of the Fellowship. Interesting. Maybe we could play both of those. And then we've got the Book of Mazarbul, the Wraiths of Fear, and We Prove the Swifter. Let's go ahead and we're going to put our Fellowship back on the map. Actually, Gandalf, that's not Gandalf, that's a elf. Let's go ahead and prepare our roll. The Fellowship will go back into hiding. And we now have the 6 dice plus 7 with 1 in the hunt. Plus we've got 1 for the Witch King, and we've got the Balrog. And then we've got the 5 dice. Plus we have Gandalf the White, which I believe is Gandalf the White is Gandalf is this red die, and then we also have this blue die, which is Elrond. And this last die, we're saving this one for Aragorn. So let's go, and then we have the Witch King already. We've got the Balrog. Let's go ahead and give the dice a roll. Now we have quite a few dice here. Okay, we've got one more eye that goes off into the hunt. And let's corral these dice into the two groups. First up, we're going to use a fellowship roll, but let's check out what the red die means for the leadership role of Gandalf. Gandalf's die. If Gandalf is in play, this means additional die granted Gandalf is only as an action that pulls a guide. Emissary from the west of Gandalf the Grey, keeper in mind is not in the fellowship, He replaced with Gandalf the White in the same way as Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the Wanderer. So basically the die, see page 19, page 14, page 14, page 9. So Gandalf is just a character move, so just a normal character move. So let's go ahead and use his character, use this character die to move the fellowship. And we will get to roll 2 dice to see if they're detected. So we'll move them to 1. So the fellowship is setting out, and let's go ahead and give these a roll. Okay, and they are undetected by the watchful eye. So that means they're somewhere either here or here in the first round. So let's go ahead and remove that die out. Let's go over to the let's go to our, we're going to play the that card, which is play the Witch. If the Witch King is in power, we're going to do the Return of the Witch King. Move the Witch King to Angmar. And then recruit 2 Sauron regular elites and 1 Sauron relief unit there. So let's move the Witch King to Angmar. And we're going to recruit 2 units just because we have the chance to. The Return of the Witch King. Sauron elite, Sauron regular units, and Sauron elite units. So that's Sauron regular and Sauron elite. We're going to need these 2, so we recruit these 2 up in Angmar. We can move him later. Okay, so that was one of will be using the play the card. So that one goes that way. Let's align these like in a row so I keep track of what we're moving them. Okay, so we've got these all to play. Let's go ahead and look at another use. Let's have the Forces of Good. Look at their cards. They can go ahead and play, let's see. Separate from the fellowship 1 companion of your group of companions. We prove the Swifter. Okay, so let's use We Prove the Swifter. Let's remove Aragorn, Strider. We'll remove and we're going to replace it with, actually we're going to send Boromir out. We're going to send Boromir and Strider out, both. So let's have, we have to declare the fellowship to do so. So yeah, we'll have Boromir and they can move 2 spaces from here. So let's just say that they're from the original space, so it's 1, 2. They're going to move down to here. So we have Boromir and Strider removed from the Fellowship, and we prove the Swifter is out of play. And we've got Boromir and Strider here as well out. So we can have him start heading to Gondor to prepare for this battle. Okay, let's go ahead now and we will play an army attack. Let's do a new attack with the army die on of Orthanc. Well, before we move the army attack, let's do a muster, and we'll move these guys down 1, and we'll move these regulars in here as 2 army moves. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back to the Fellowship good players. Let's check out another card for them to play. Draw 3 cards from the father. Move all ends back to Fangorn and recruit 1 extra tree there. I'm going to do add 2 Smeagol tiles to the hunt pool. You know the way there. This was going to come in handy later, so I'm just going to take care of it now while we've got the card. I've got 2 Smeagol tiles. I'm going to add them to the hunt pool. Drop them in the pool here, and take care of those later. Okay, so that's moved out. Let's go ahead and play. That was this. Let's go back to the shadow player, and they will do another army move, an army move. So this army is going to move here, and we'll have the other army from minus Morgul. Let's have them move to here. Don't leave someone behind. So that's moving there. Okay, next up, back to the back to our players. Let's have let's look at what this symbol is. This elvish symbol, if you guys can see this. Not sure what that does, let's just look it up. It's another thing for us to activate. Is it an army symbol? Oh, it's just an army symbol. It's an army remove symbol. It's just upside down. It looked like something else. It's just the army symbol. It looks different in black. So, let's move this army to here, and this army to here. So we're going to begin our building up of our troops there. Okay, let's remove that army. Back to our shadow player. We can play an event card. So let's check our event cards again. The Captain of Despair. Place on the table if the Witch King isn't playing, Gollum is not. Starting with the next action, every character action die result that you use is added to the hunt box as an eye die after the action is completed. Oh, we must discard this if to go forward, so that's scary. So now the hunt is going to be very much what I believe we also have. So that is going to be played in the form of that card. That was this. Let's go ahead and play a card. I think we can remove that. Remove 1 card from the enemy. Yes, so I can remove 1 card from the enemy on the board. So I'm going to play this card, and I'm going to remove that card. So that's a horrible card. We will remove it, but we cleared out some cards. That should be fine. Let's go back to let's do another muster action. We'll move these elves here, and let's move some of our elves down, leaving one elf here. We'll move down one to this. Actually, we'll move them here, and we can try to attack them from the side as this group is positioning to attack. Let's do an army attack of the Balrog versus Lorien. So the Balrog versus Lorien is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So they also get 5, and then Lorien also gets 5. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So we get 5 and a 6. We get 3 5s and they get 1 6. They get to re-roll 2 dice, and we get to re-roll 1 die. And the captain, and they get 2 hits. So we get 3 hits. They get 2 hits. We will remove 2 of these orcs. 2 orcs get removed from Moria. And then we will remove 1 other orc. So 3 orcs total for the 3. And then for our 2, we will remove, let's just remove this elite elven character here. So he gets removed as well. And I think we can also now do an attack of the... No, they're not there in position to attack yet. But yeah, that'll wrap that up. Let's go ahead and let's play another card. We can eliminate an enemy before the battle roll. Okay, Smeagol helps place. The Smeagol helps Nice Master Special Hunt Tower is now in play. Add the tile to the hunt pool when the Fellowship is on the Mordor track. So let's just keep this out here to remember we have another card to play. We can add that to the hunt pool. That's going to be this card. Actually, we're going to play this as play the card, right? And then the attack card, we'll use this attack for the attack of Orthanc on the Rohirrim. So again, we'll do 5 dice. We get 3, 4, 5, and 2. We get to re-roll 1 leader, 2 leader, 2 leaders, 2 leader, and 1 leader. So we only have to re-roll 1, they re-roll 1. Okay, so it's 4 damage to them, 2 damage to us. Let's remove 2 hillmen, and we'll remove 2 orcs. So we've removed some of those hillmen. This is the Rohirrim versus the hillmen. We've removed some of them. And now we're going to remove, on the other side, we'll remove an eagle. We'll take the damage. This eagle is removed. We've removed an eagle from the damage. Okay, so now we are finished with that. Finally, let's pick one last card. This is Swords and Eriador. Eriador, where's Eriador? Eriador. Recruit the Northern unit, regular unit in the Shire, and 1 Dwarven unit in Arid Loom. Okay, that's something we can do later. Discard it. And then the Balrog shows up again. What does the Balrog give us? The Balrog is use the Balrog. So we can move the Balrog. Let's have him move and join into this force. So he's going to join into this force all together. So they're all in one force now. So that's one force. against Lorien. Okay, so that is going to do the last die, and that's going to be end of our turn. We will see everybody in round number 7. Thank you for watching. Quick flyover of the board, and we'll see you in the next turn.